This year we are doing French intensive organic raised beds. While the straw bale garden and the hay bale garden worked out okay last year, it just really didn't have the yields. And if I had more space, I will probably try to do that again in the future, but right now with this limited amount, I just don't have it. So in these first two bins, I have strawberries, and they're covered to keep the chickens out, because the chickens still can hop the fence sometimes and come and tear everything up. In this bed here, I'm going to be planting peas and onions and lettuce. Got my trellis up for the peas to grab a hold of. This bed is a lot higher than the other two. They settled a lot more than I expected, but I had to get my strawberries in the ground, so because they've been sitting in a bag for 5 days. So maybe next year I'll pull them up and redo them so I can fill the bins further. These bins over here incomplete. We are filling them with old compost bedding, animal manure from the turkeys, chickens, goats, not goats. Why did I say goats? We don't have goats yet, they're just on my brain. Turkeys, chickens, ducks, and rabbits. A few sticks going in there too, nothing that'll sprout though. And so in these bins I'm going to be growing my tomatoes and kale, kohlrabi, chard, broccoli, not cauliflower because I always kill cauliflower. I guess anything else, maybe some leeks. That is probably all that is going to really fit in here. On the ends of the strawberry bins though, there is enough room to grow carrots, so I'll be growing carrots in at least one of those, and probably herbs in the other. In this area I'm going to be growing green beans, sweet meat squash, zucchini, and then along the fence that we put up, Japanese whole popcorn. And then here are my mother's raised beds, and she's got a bunch of strawberries in the far bed, and then flowers. And then in this bed she's got more flowers and lettuce, and down there is cauliflower because she can grow cauliflower without killing it. Okay, I'm going to be continuing the gutter gardens this year. So this will be my second year. The garlic that I planted in the fall is still doing really well. Up here, I gotta fill it again, but I'm gonna plant spinach again because it did pretty good. And then over here is going to be green onions and radishes, and I will be getting those in the ground pretty soon. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but really need to get moving on it. Okay, this entire strip down the far side of the house is going to be corn on the far end, because that's where we planted the potatoes last year, and then the potatoes will be on the near end, and we're just going to plant the whole thing and just leave a path that's maybe 12 inches down the center, and then one on the end as well. It doesn't seem like they would get a lot of sun here, but they really do. And then the afternoon sun is reflected off the white of the garage next door and onto this patch, which is why I think it does so well here. I've even grown tomatoes back here, and it's done really, really well when you wouldn't think it would at all. This is what the blueberry bushes are doing already. Not only leafing out, but it looks like the start of buds, possibly. It's a little early for that, but we have had a really we've had a really mild winter, and spring has been here, even though not officially, for at least 4 weeks. The old apple tree is also leafing out, and I'm sure before long it's going to be covered in blossom. So things are moving along pretty well with the whole garden.